Welcome to a quick post-game episode of One Flock. Thank you, Flock, for being here. I'm your boy, Rob Love, obviously not in the studio here in the wonderful Las Vegas, where I have been very vocal about our Ravens and what we were going to be doing today. And for a while, it looked like I was a prophet until the final half of the last quarter of the game, where the Ravens, once again, and this is something that we've talked about in the past, and really now it's probably the scariest thing for our season this year. Once again, we watched our Ravens implode. The Buffalo Bills were the beneficiaries once more of an absolute meltdown by the Baltimore Ravens. Mark Andrews is quite thankful that it wasn't him this game. And, it's not just about the fumble by Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had a great game overall, almost 200 yards rushing. He was extremely efficient on the run. It was one of those things that happens. He did get the ball stripped, but the timing was horrible. But it really wasn't so much as on him. But when your running back has almost 200 yards rushing, when the offense has put 40 yards on the board, and you have a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, it is on your defense. It's on your defense to cover. Yes, Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. Guess what? Everybody does it. Every running back does it. I'm not blaming Derrick Henry for the loss. He is wearing that, I'm sure, right now. But you can't. Josh Allen ended up with almost 400 yards passing. Do you know that almost half of those yards came in the fourth quarter? We have one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid defenses in the NFL. And it was just big play after big play. It started actually with the defensive meltdown where they had the running play that broke for like 62 yards or whatever it was. And then after that, it seemed like every possession, our defense was giving up chunk plays. And Jaire Alexander, that's my guy. Hey, I rep for the Ville. That's my guy. But I don't know if he's not all the way healthy or what. But Keon Coleman had Jaire for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in this game. I felt sorry for my boy. He was just getting cooked. While I was here, I made sure while I'm here in Vegas, you know what I was eating? I was eating buffalo wings. So I was like, buffalo, y'all don't want none today. And for a while, it looked like I was right. But come on, man. Are we going to keep gifting the Buffalo Bills games? I mean, it's just, that is a total meltdown by the Baltimore Ravens. Total meltdown. And I don't even understand the play call. The possession we had that was ended up being our final possession of the game, when Derrick Henry wasn't even in the game, we did a play to Zay Flowers that I don't even know what that was supposed to be. It ended up with him just running along the line of scrimmage and then sliding down. I don't know if he lost his footing or what was the play call? In those situations, your best players are supposed to have the ball in their hands. Where's the play for Lamar? Where's the play for Derrick Henry? It's just, I do not understand why it seems that the Baltimore Ravens in the big moments absolutely shoot themselves in both feet. It was not just one foot. This was Payal, raise the other one. Payal, did you get the baby toe? Did you get the big toe? We just absolutely imploded. I want you to understand that the score, and I'll have to double check. We'll follow up more on this later. This is just a quick follow up on the game. But we were up by 15 points. I want to say it was 6 minutes left in the game. And again, if I'm off on that, forgive me. It was a long walk back from the rooftop. But right now, congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. I told you guys, very underrated skill players with the Buffalo Bills. It made me sick all last year. Every time they tried to talk about they didn't have anybody and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Man, Keon Coleman showed you what he's about. Like I said, he ate Jaire Alexander for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Khalil Shakir. I mean, Josh Allen has weapons. And I want to give a shout out, too. I don't want to just shout out Josh Allen's weapons. The offenses for both teams looked great. Zay Flowers, wow. Great plays. Derrick Henry, great plays. Justice Hill, that fumble. Like I said, the unforced errors that we had in this game that cost us, the fumble by Justice Hill, the fumble by Derrick Henry. Lamar had a good game. Lamar didn't have any turnovers. Lamar threw for 2 passing touchdowns. He ran for, had to be around 70 yards. I don't have the exact stats in front of me. Lamar threw for around 200 yards, no interceptions, no turnovers. We did everything we needed to do to win the game except close it out. When you're up by 15 with minutes to go in the fourth quarter, you're supposed to win. You've done your job. Now just bring it home. And if I'm Harbaugh, if I'm the Baltimore Ravens, tonight, tomorrow, for the rest of the season, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm going, can you finish? Can you finish? Because if this Ravens team cannot finish, then what are we talking about Super Bowls for? If you can't finish, it doesn't matter what you do in the beginning. It doesn't matter what you do in the middle. You don't quit until there's no time on the clock. And our defense, for whatever reason, was non-existent when it counted. Non-existent. And we'll review the film. We'll go back and look. But I just wanted to get on right now and go with you guys. Remember, I predicted this game would be Ravens 36, Bills 17. With minutes left in the game, I wasn't far off. I wasn't far off. I think the Ravens had 40. The Bills had 25. And all we had to do at that point was run the clock out. Play good ball, march down the field. We gave up 2 big-time possessions to the Buffalo Bills in those few minutes and lost the game. Lost the game. Total meltdown. That's all I got to say about that. I want to know what you guys' comments are. What do you think? What did you see? In this game, you know, sometimes it feels like everything, even the touchdown pass, the last one to Keon Coleman, Josh Allen threw that to a different receiver. It went off his fingertips and just happened to land in the hands of Keon Coleman. But it's just, when everything's going for the other team like that, you have to lock down. They were getting the fortunate plays, Josh, that last touchdown that Josh Allen threw, that's not even who he was throwing it to. It flipped off the fingertips of his intended receiver and landed in Keon Coleman's hands. But so what? It's 6, and they won. So congratulations. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. You've heard me say it over and over again. He's still not as good as Lamar Jackson. I think we're very fortunate to be able to have these guys playing at the same time, because both of them were hated on when they came up in the draft. Everybody talked about how, you know, they weren't this and they weren't that. And I love the fact that both of these players have taken over the NFL, really. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen we're really fortunate to have both of these guys in the AFC and to be able to see them go up against each other. But it's just unfortunate that once again, Lamar's team let him down. To Lamar's credit, this time he didn't have the mistakes. He didn't mess up. But the defense, which was supposed to be an improved unit, gave up 42 points. And get this, 17 of those 42 points, 17 of those 42 points happened in less than half of the fourth quarter. It's time for some soul searching. Thankfully, this is the beginning of the season. This is game one. Nothing gets easier from here. The Ravens have the toughest, nothing gets easier. I want to give a couple of quick shout outs. Once again, Tyler Loop looked like the real deal. We got us a kicker. Tyler Loop did his job. The rookie did his job. What was going on with the lack of tackling, lack of coverage? I mean, it was horrible. The defense really, what do we have? One sack the whole game? Wiggins had the interception. That was late in the game. Just too many lost opportunities, too many blown coverages. And like I said, it's soul searching time. So you know what I say? You're not the sum of your mistakes. You're the sum of your decisions. So it's time to decide, Ravens. What and who do you want to be? Who are you? What is your identity? Are you going to be remembered as the team with all the talent who put yourself right there, and when it was time to bring it home, you melted down? Is that who you want to be remembered as? Or are you who you should be? Champions. Because if you're a champion, you finish. I'm Rob Love. This is One Flock, live from Las Vegas after a very disappointing loss. I'd love to hear your comments. Please tell me, what do you think went wrong with this team? I know several things went wrong. What do you think caused it the most? Do you think that the Ravens shot themselves in the foot? Or do you think the Ravens played great and the Buffalo Bills just overpowered them and beat us? Or was this once again the Baltimore Ravens imploding when they should have been locking down the win? I'd love to hear what you got to say. For One Flock, I'm Rob Love. Remember, if there's one thing this world will never be too full of, that thing is love. So please find somebody that needs a little bit more love and love on them for me, all right? I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for flying with a brother. We're getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers right now. I looked last time. I think we're getting close to 960. By the next time we get on here, we might be at that critical 1,000. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys being here from beautiful Las Vegas. It's time to fly, y'all. We got a big game next week. We'll talk about it later. Let's fly.